Welcome to Retrobot, the YouTube channel where we feed a friendly space robot a diet of pure nostalgia. I'm Clay, and today I'm talking about one of my favorite topics. You know this already because I keep saying it at the beginning of every video for this topic. It's Final Faction, and we've got... So you have to understand, we've got a lot of Series 2 Final Faction stuff that has just been popping up in the Pittsburgh area and presumably other areas too. And I bought a whole bunch of it, and now I get to talk about it. So it's cool. And this is a Carn Upgrade Kit for the Synthoid. And so here it is. This is the Evolution Upgrade Kit. And you can see that it comes with some tentacles and some kind of a blaster thingy and things that look like leaves, but they're actually wings. And then some other pieces that are used to attach the wings to the back of the Synthoid. And so if you look really closely, this is kind of important. So unlike some of the upgrade packs for the Alpha 1 team, this says pack works with Carn Synthoid only. So this is not intended to use with your brutes or your drones or anything else. This is only for the Synthoid, and we can see the package. And let's go ahead and zoom in here so that we can read all of the great things or terrible things, since, you know, the Carn are typically really, really bad guys. So we've got the Azora. I guess that's how you say that. The Azora, which is the tentacle things. A tentacled nightmare. Azora reaches out and entraps enemies before the Synthoid drags them to their doom. And then we've got the... that's, excuse me. The Katagoth. Katagoth? CT... Goth, however you say that, it's that word right there. The plasmoid discharge of the cripples man and machine, leaving only both torn asunder. I wonder if that's how Torn got his name. I don't know. And then there's the Withram with the dragon-like wings of Withram. The Synthoid are able to make their warfare airborne, bringing destruction from every angle. Dragon-like? I mean, you know, I feel like these are more, I don't know, leaf-like. You know, like when I think of dragon wings, I think more of like leathery bat-like wings with spiky bits on the pointy things, and maybe claws on the ends. You know, not necessarily. Those seem like pretty mild dragon wing. I'm just saying, and you know I love Final Faction, but I feel like the phrase dragon-like is doing some heavy lifting for those wings. So let's go ahead and take a look at how they actually look on the Synthoid figure, and there it is. And you know what? It's actually really cool. I mean, this is the easy breakaway winner from this pack. This is terrible. It reminds me of the tentacle zombie arms from the zombie troopers in G.I. Joe. It is awful and terrible, but the green color, like, it's a very bright green, and it really seems more plant-like than creature-like. And I'm not sure if that's the intent, because, you know, certainly, like, these wings here, they, you know, like, I get a little bit of dragon, but honestly, I feel like I'm getting more leaf than dragon. And notice that this wing is exactly the same as this wing. It is the same wing from the same mold, just you get two of them in a pack, because if you look, Okay, on the back of this one is some manufacturing information. Let's see if we can get that to show up. So let's go here and do, just darken a little bit, and you can see made in China, Greenbrier International Inc. And then there's a number, and then if you look here, then you can see, oh, there it is again. There's the exact same thing. So it is the same wing, just on both sides, which is fine. I mean, it really is fine. I'm not going to diss them for molding something and then just making twice as many of the same mold. That just makes sense. I feel like the manufacturing information is a little bit obvious. It does detract just a little bit from the overall effect, because there's a lot of text there. I mean, there is just a lot of text on that thing for us to read and think about and to observe, except that, now my camera doesn't want to zoom in on it, maybe because there we go. But yeah, so not a big deal, but it is a noticeable thing. Yeah, there we go. And still it's cool. You get these wings, and you get these little back pieces that plug the wings into the back of the Synthoid on the holes that are already there for the other weapons and other upgrades that you can get. And that's pretty cool. Now, I actually opened, this is some pieces from the second pack that I opened, because I actually got a pack that had a manufacturing flaw. Look at this. Yeah, I got one of these. That's not going to plug into the back of anything. Now, what I can do, and I imagine that this is not going to be too hard, I can just take a file here, and let's just get this on. Let's get the camera to really look at it. So, you can see that is not peg-shaped, and I can probably just take my file and round that out to be cylindrical. And with a little bit of filing, I'll be able to make that more peg-shaped and then make it fit in there. But this is not that kind of video, so I'm just going to show this like that. We've also got the cannon. I've spent a lot of time saying, hey, look at these wings, and the molding in the wings is actually pretty decent. I think it's the light green color that really takes away from the fearsome dragon-like quality that they're looking for. Like, if they were a darker, maybe a darker green, or maybe even like a dark red. That might make this communicate with a little bit more of the cool awesomeness that they were going for instead of the bright green. Also, the fact that the upgrade kits don't really have a lot of paint detail. Like, a lot would benefit from just having a different color on the ribs here and the detailed parts, the pieces that rise up and make all these little supports and veins and stuff that's just missing. Even like if it were silver or something, I don't know, but the overall effect is, it's okay. It's not amazing, it's not awesome, but it's still decent. We look at the cannon arm thing, and this thing is really cool. This thing is, it's big, it's thick, it's beefy, and again, this is where a little extra detail painting would go a long way if this were like a darker color. Or one thing that I'm kind of a fan of is when you do dry brushing and you just get a little bit of paint to go into the cracks, and then you rub it off of the light parts, and it really makes that detail just pop. And that's something that's really easy to do. And, the whole thing would benefit from that. And then doing some silver highlights would really make this thing just seem amazing. And as it is, it's still really a cool piece. You know, it's big, it's thick, it's chunky, it's alien. It's very. It really works well with the aesthetic of the rest of the Synthoid. I mean, honestly, he looks like he was just born for that. But you see the kind of stuff that they did here on the figure itself, where they've got these silver bits on the edges. Imagine if that were carried over on here. That's what I'm talking about. You know, it would just take it up that extra notch. That would take something that's pretty cool as it is, but make it super awesome cool. And that's what I'm kind of looking for there. But then you have these tentacles, and these things really are just nightmare fuel. Again, the only thing that takes away is the pretty non-threatening bright green color. You know, it looks like something out of a Poison Ivy storybook for small children. You know, if there was a Poison Ivy storybook for small children. But you look at the molding, and like these are terrible. There's little teeth, like spiky things coming out, little barbs and more barbs and twisty veiny things. I mean, you know, if this thing wasn't so bright and cheerful looking, then it would be terrible. So you know, that's really cool. And of course, you know, you get a couple of these upgrade kits, and then you can do stuff like this. You can, you know, take a couple of these, and now, okay, we got that, and then maybe we take these out, and we add some more, because the only thing that makes, yeah, let's do this. See how that looks. All right, now we're talking. Now, all right, it's starting to come together. I'm feeling this a lot more, and he's just a tentacled nightmare that's coming after you. Or we could do, maybe stick that in there, and then stick another one on the other side. And now he's dual wielding his death rays. And, you know, that's pretty terrible. And, you know, these can like collapse down behind his back or something. Well, they could if that arm got out of the way. There we go. So there, we can put those behind his back, and then have the arms facing forward, and yeah, he's like, you know, and then this thing comes off, which is fine. And you know, if I had several of these, then I could do that, and then have a couple of these going this way. And I actually do have more packs of these. So if I wanted to open up like 4 packs of these, then I could give this Synthoid, you know, all those, and then he'd have like all these wings coming out, and that would be really cool. That would be pretty awesome. And I'm kind of wondering, did the legs come off on this guy? Like I wanna try, and I don't remember if the legs come off. I don't think the legs come off. Maybe the legs don't come off. Okay, well, you know, because I was going to see if I could maybe stick these in the leg holes, but I don't think that they do, and I don't feel like breaking my Synthoid if you know, just in the attempt. But yeah, you know, that's pretty menacing, and of course, that's just insanity right there. And then you combine these with the other Synthoid upgrade kit to be able to do even more weird stuff with your Synthoid. And then if you do decide to do a little bit of detail painting on these just to make them pop, and you know, maybe some stuff on the viney arms and these, I mean, there's just a lot of stuff that you can do with this upgrade kit to take your Synthoid from here and put it up. It needs to be here. And so that is the Synthoid Evolution upgrade kit. And you know, it's, I mean, you got Synthoids. You know you got Synthoids. You bought Synthoids. Of course you bought Synthoids because they're awesome. And then you see this and you're thinking, is it a wise investment for me to pick up a pack of Evolution upgrade parts for my Synthoid? And, you know, upon pondering it and weighing all of the options, of course you want that. You want 5 of them. Because 5 is better than 2. And so you buy 5 of these, and then, you know, like, you want at least 2 of them just so that you can do that. Like it's worth it to get 2 of them just to be able to do that. And oh, by the way, you've also got, you know, all of this stuff and some of this stuff and you know, this thing that I need to file, and you still have these arms, which, you know, you can probably figure out some interesting things to do with those. And maybe you take your Synthoid and you get yourself like a I don't know, maybe a 5/16 drill bit, and you give it another hole here and another hole here, and then you put in like that and that and maybe another 5/16 drill bit. I don't know if 5/16 is the right size, but I'm just taking a wild guess. And then you put something up there. I mean, there's options. There's lots of options, and if you screw up your Synthoid, that's okay, because it was only $1.25. Go get more. Like you should have at least 6 Synthoids already. And if you don't, then what are you doing? Go to Dollar Tree. They probably have a bunch of Synthoids. So pick some more up, and then give them tentacle arms and happy leaf wings. That's what you do if you have Synthoids. So yeah, obviously for me, this stuff is fun. It's not expensive at all. It's great. It's great. You should buy it. You should give it to your children. You should play with it yourself. You should share it with your loved ones, and your friends and family and long distance relatives that you haven't talked to for years. Just go ahead and send them some packs. You know, just out of the blue. They'll appreciate it because it's cool. So, that's it. That is my review. If you like this review, then please subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so that you know when we're doing these short circuits videos, as well as our live streams, which are typically every Friday night at 8 o'clock Eastern United States time. Click the thumbs up because that really helps us. And other than that, the Synthoid Evolution upgrade kit for Final Faction, it's awesome. It's $1.25 at Dollar Tree. You know you want it. Just go ahead and get half a dozen. Cause why not? This is Clay telling you to keep it Retrobot, and that is the Synthoid upgrade kits with really cool tentacle things and pretty cool laser blaster vortex gun things and minty leafy wing things that claim to be dragon-like, but I'm just still not completely sold on that. But hey, 2 out of 3. That's still pretty cool.